Hi hearties, welcome back to the Teacup Trail. We are on episode 9 of season 6. We finally made it. This video will be posted on Sunday. Happy Sunday, by the way. And part 2 will be on the usual Wednesday. After that, I will be taking a little break. So I won't see you again until Sunday, July 25th with the first episode of season 7. I hope you've been enjoying this journey with me, and we will get started on this season finale of season 6.
Will you and Allie be there?
Oh, yeah, we wouldn't miss it. I made you this.
You made that?
I wanted to give you something to say thank you. You know, for everything you've done with Allie. It's for the library.
It's perfect.
It's Emerson. I remember you told me you liked Emerson.
Thank you, Nathan.
A thoughtful and sweet gift in this scene. Elizabeth asked Nathan if Nathan and Allie were going to the christening of little Jack. He seemed very confident in his answers. He just had the pure happiness and excitement and seemed very supportive and willing to be there for Elizabeth and little Jack at the ceremony. His confident answers seemed to be a little bit overwhelming for Elizabeth. I don't know, just the look on her face, like, wow, he seemed very excited. He said that it's a thank you gift and it's for the library. I don't want to be mean, but I just feel like it's a little bit too over the top. I don't know, they just met and they at the stage of like developing friendship. There's so much meaning in the gift. Like, he handmade it, and it's so cute. He remembered about Elizabeth talking about the author Emerson, and he picked that quote. And I just feel like there's so many sentimental value in the gift. Really, 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 really like Elizabeth that he's willing to make something with his hands and give her that gift. So it's just, I don't want to be mean to Nathan, but I just feel like the gift is a little bit over the top. The look on Elizabeth's face, she just seemed very overwhelmed in a good way, very touched by his gift, and she really, really liked it, which is a good thing. I think she was just very surprised at the same time that he can make something like that, and she appreciated his thoughtfulness. So the quote says, always do what you are afraid to do. I just feel like there's so many possible layers in that quote. So the gift is coming from Nathan, right? And in Nathan's perspective, I feel like that quote means to where he is right now in his life, especially settling down in Hope Valley and meeting the teacher, Mrs. Thornton, who is a great teacher, and becoming a good friend to him. I feel like that quote also relates to his relationship with Elizabeth. Like, he's very reserved and quiet, but he is willing to be confident and step out of his comfort zone and do what he is always afraid to do. Be vulnerable and be open and honest with Elizabeth, because he has taken a great interest in Elizabeth and he wants to be her friend, but he actually hoped to be more than just friends down the road. So I see that from his perspective. There's so many possible layers of that quote, but that's what I see so far.
I wasn't expecting you to be here.
I was just finishing up. I find that to be both inspirational and potentially reckless at the same time.
Like rushing into a burning building to save a friend?
I just reacted.
Lucas, I have a son, and your past ties could have taken me from him.
I wouldn't have let anything happen to you. Without fear and without hesitation. I would have done whatever it took to keep you safe. I mean, being a hero, it's kind of my thing now.
I really should be going.
You have a big evening.
Yes, I do. Will we see you there?
Yes, you will.
Good.
Elizabeth's facial expression the moment she walked inside the library, from happiness to annoyed. Like, she just did not want to see Lucas at all. You have to keep in mind that at the end of the last episode, Elizabeth got into a life-death situation with Lucas because Lucas passed him to Hope Valley. Elizabeth brought up the story of when Lucas went into the fire to save his friend, which is the most dangerous thing you can do to yourself. I feel like Elizabeth was very surprised and amazed that Lucas was willing to do something reckless to protect those he cared about. At the same time, she let him know that she has a son and that she needs to be there for her son, that she cannot die, she cannot leave her son without a parent. I like the moment when Lucas closed his eyes for a quick second, and after that he let her know he understand what she's feeling and that he felt very regretful of putting Elizabeth in that situation. She doesn't say directly I forgive you or let's move on. The way she forgave him, I felt like when she asked Lucas if he would be at the christening of little Jack, I felt like it was the confirmation that she forgave him and willing to give him a second chance, and that she is moving on in the friendship with Lucas. After Elizabeth left the library in that scene, Lucas just stared at that quote and thinking to himself, and Lucas could have went back to putting books on the shelf or just continue to clean up, but he stared at that quote, and I just feel like this quote means a lot in relation to the love triangle. I felt like the writers meant that quote to speak loudly in relation to this love triangle and individually to Nathan, Elizabeth, and Lucas. Lucas probably thinks of what he did in saving his friend and what happened with him and Elizabeth in that life-death situation, and the fact that the conversation that he had with Elizabeth a moment ago about willing to protect her and that he's willing to die in order to keep Elizabeth safe. So that quote, I just feel like there's so many elements to it. Interesting that the writers picked that quote.
Sorry I'm late.
No, it's fine. Where's Allie?
She's at a sleepover with Opal and a bunch of the other girls.
I am so happy she's making friends.
Yeah, well, me too, and that's thanks to you.
Oh, well, I know it isn't always easy raising a child on your own.
Yes, it definitely has its challenges, as well as its joys.
Yes.
It's very sweet of Nathan to be there and support Elizabeth and little Jack. It's to feel like his responsibility to be there for them, especially that he has taken the position of the last Mountie, Jack, who was Elizabeth's husband. So I just start to feel like he feels responsible to be there for Elizabeth and little Jack in this special occasion that Mountie Jack wasn't able to be there. They have that beautiful connection and bond of being a single parent.
I know, this little man doesn't want to stay in his carriage. I haven't been able to put him down all night.
You know, the ceremony, it was beautiful.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, come over here.
I could watch Baby Jack if you want.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I think I could manage. I am a Mountie.
Oh, right, I forgot. Babysitting was a part of your training.
Yeah. Well, how hard can it be? Hi.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
Hey, it's okay. Mom's gonna come back soon. Should I have funny faces? Hey, like that?
Bonus point for Nathan in this scene. He gets to hold Jack. It's very nice to see that fatherly side of Nathan and his loving side. It's a different side of Nathan that we haven't seen yet until now.
Gather round for the grand opening of our library. Counting down from 3? 3, 2, 1.
So Nathan, in the beginning of the first scene when Elizabeth and Lucas were about to cut the ribbon, I'm assuming that Nathan was looking at Elizabeth and Lucas and probably thinking, oh wow, Lucas got to stand up there and cut the ribbon with Elizabeth. I assume that everyone know that Lucas was the one that donated the building to the library, and Nathan probably thinking Lucas has a lot of money and he invested in this property and randomly decided to give it for the library for Hope Valley. I do want to make this new statement about Lucas. Lucas is a businessman and he seemed to have a lot of money. I do want to say that Lucas seemed very humble about it. They do the grand opening and the hands touch between Elizabeth and Lucas when they cut the ribbon. That's like the first time that they physically touch each other, I would say. I just feel like at this point there's so much thing that happened and I'm afraid that I will forget. But I think this is the first time that they physically touch.
What do you think, Jack? Look at all the books.
I think I like this one.
Oh.
The Tale of Peter Rabbit.
Come on. Look at the bunny in the watering can.
Come on.
Lucas get to have a moment with Elizabeth and little Jack. It was very cute in the scene. That bond between Lucas and Elizabeth over a book transfer into little Jack in this scene. It was very cute. In return, Lucas caught Nathan looking over to them, and Lucas, he is also aware of what's going on. Lucas also see the connection between Elizabeth and Nathan, especially at the party after the christening ceremony. So Lucas knows it too. Like he watches Nathan and Elizabeth from far away. He gives them space, but Nathan also gives Lucas and Elizabeth space in this scene. I just feel like Nathan, we always seem to find Nathan staring at Lucas and Elizabeth more than Lucas stares at Elizabeth and Nathan so far.
Cowboy section?
Sure do. It's right over there.
You're gonna love it.
Hi.
Love triangle is bubbling a little bit more. It's like things are getting steamy, getting serious, and we haven't even finished the episode yet. But we will stop here and continue episode 9 of season 6 in the next video.